Hello, hello. It's Kathryn Yarborough here at a Vibrant Entrepreneurs Gathering in October, and I am with Keri Byrne, who is our member. I want to say she is the Meet a member today, and she's going to share a little bit about her. And her work. Keri, tell us about you. Start.
Thank you, Kathryn. Yes, hi, I am Keri, and I'm a wellness life coach. So I specialize in helping women entrepreneurs to self-care and who want to feel good or better physically, mentally, emotionally, because a lot of women entrepreneurs that I meet, they put everything they have in their business and they think that burnout can't happen to them, but it does because that's the one thing that a lot of them forget about when pouring everything they have into their business. So I would like to talk about burnout specifically today because I think a lot of people, a lot of women entrepreneurs feel like it can't happen to them. Oh, they can handle it. Or they're deep involved in their work and they feel like, well, you know what? After this project, after this week, after this month, I will slow down and start taking better care of myself. And from the people that I've spoken to, that doesn't happen. We find another thing to work on, another project, right? And it just never ends.
It's so
So,
crazy. Well,
yeah,
so let me ask you a question, just for my sake and maybe other people's. Are there any specific signs or indicators that we're experiencing burnout?
absolutely. So, basically, some of the signs of burnout is when you just feel exhausted all the time. And whereas we used to be very passionate about our business and just have a lot of energy, that energy is just zapped. Like we just have trouble just, doing the basic tasks on a daily basis. Um, and then you feel like nothing you do just makes a difference. You just kind of feel like, you lose that confidence in yourself, not realizing that a lot of it's because you're just working yourself to death. And then the other thing is if you get sick more often than usual, because when we're burnt out, it kind of spills into every other area of your life, like your home life, social life. If you used to like to go out with your friend and then all of a sudden you're turning them down, you're too tired, or you just have work to catch up on, and you start to isolate yourself socially from family and friends because of work.
Yeah, I know I get irritable, and I need a vacation. So when I feel that way, when I start to feel that way, and then I go on vacation and I'm usually pretty fine before that. But you want to stop, you want to help people not get to that point. Is that true? Or do you help people if they've already crossed over into burnout?
Both. And I like to share a short story about a friend of mine who just 2 months ago, her name is Kathy. She is a manager of a convenience store gas station, and she goes through a lot of stress. She works more than 40 hours every week. And one day, she was at her mom's after work, and she felt lightheaded, and she passed out. And then the paramedics came, they did CPR on her for 20 minutes and shocked her 6 times. And she survived and ended up in the ICU for a week. She doesn't have any memory of any of that. And she literally just worked herself to that point.
Wow.
And she had trouble getting days off from work. Now she's medically forced to slow down. She's not allowed to work even 40 hours a week. She has to work part-time for a while because she just worked herself to exhaustion. And I actually have a personal experience of that myself. And I really believe people think it can't happen to them. People think they're
Yeah.
invincible. Oh,
Yeah.
self-care, yeah. Self-care, yeah, I know I should do it, but I'll get there eventually. I'm in control. I know what I'm doing. And when I first moved to the area from New York, I commuted for a whole year with my child. My child was like 1.5 years old, and Monday morning took her on the bus to New York and then to subway to Brooklyn, left her with my mom. And then my mom had her half a week and the in-laws had her the other half. And then Friday I would pick her up. We were part-time parents. So after a year of doing that, I passed out in the bathroom. Luckily my husband at the time was still home and I called out to him, and I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. They ran test after test they couldn't find anything wrong. And it was left as a diagnosis of exhaustion. And
Wow.
yeah, it's just crazy. And it,
Wow. So we don't want to get there. We don't want to
right.
get, right? Does anybody want not anybody besides me not want to get there, right? We don't want to get there. Okay. All right. So what can people do if they're either interested in working with you, or I just want to say this, folks, if you know someone who might benefit from what Keri's talking about and might benefit from working with her, what do you want to tell us? What's a next step?
Well, the next step is to look for the warning signs like I
No,
had.
no, no, to work with you, to get your help, Keri. We want your help.
Okay. So, well, if you want my help, I do offer a feel good or better strategy session where we actually work together in that hour and come up with a plan. And that is it's normally $297, but I'm offering it for just $97 for this group. And I also have a self-care checklist that you can check out on my website, and I'll put the link in the chat. It's wellnesstweaks.com.
All right, so let me just make sure I get this for everybody. Folks, you can do for just $97, you can do a, what is it, a feel good or better
Yes,
strategy, and you can come up with a plan so that you don't go to burnout
right.
with Keri. So just 97. I'm amazed. That's fantastic. That is awesome. Plus, there's a freebie that you're giving us a checklist, right? So definitely put those links in the chat. And y'all, if you're wondering how you can feel good or better, you know the person to contact, right? Okay. Yay. Let's give it up for Keri. Woo!
Thank you.